Hi everyone, it's Heather from True North Spirit Medicine. How are you going today? Today I'm going to be doing the energy reading for February 2024. It's gone quickly already, hasn't it? I mean, really, January went like that. And I've got a couple of things to say before I start, and this time I got smart and I wrote them on a post-it note. Instead of getting to the end of the video after I've done the channelings going, I had stuff to say but I can't remember. Okay, so on my little post-it note I've got subscribe to the video or to my channel. If you want to subscribe, that would be nice. Like and share the video if you think it's useful, and hopefully you think it's useful. I'm back on Redbubble, which is a merchandise print-on-demand site. So I'm back on Redbubble, which is nice, and Threadless and the other ones as well. I'm still doing readings and Reiki, so if you want to get in touch. I also do mediumship and animal communication. So if you want any of those services, and Reiki attunements, they're only in person though. Everything else can be done distantly, phone, Skype or Zoom. And I've got a new online course coming soon, which you might have seen some sneak peek previews of if you follow me on Facebook and Instagram. So that's quite exciting. Okay, and regarding sort of general stuff, the new 2024 energy, we started talking about that last month and how it's an 8-year. And 8 is expansion and material things coming to light, or material things being made manifest, more things coming to light, that kind of stuff. And I saw the other day astronomically that all of the planets are going to be going direct, like forward motion, until I think the 1st of April. So basically what that means is nothing is in retrograde, so nothing's a period of reflection or standstill or pause or wait. All of the planets, which as I understand it is quite rare or relatively rare, are all going forward for the next couple of months. So basically what that means is all systems go. And pairing that up with the 8 energy and the Aquarius energy, which is dreams and power to the people, and the 8 energy is all about expansion and material things and making things manifest in the real world, so to speak. It makes it all a quite exciting time. So if there are, I think we said this last month actually, they're reminding me, if there's projects on the back burner or projects on the front burner that need a good stir, like now's the time to take action. Now's the time to move forward with things. Now's the time to keep planting those new seeds and fertilize the soil and do all that kind of bizzo. Yeah, it's quite exciting. And you can probably feel it. You can probably feel that energy building already, you know, into this pivotal 2024 year. Okay, yeah, take advantage. They're saying take stock and take advantage. So take stock of what it is that you want to expand in your life. Let go of things that you don't want expanded. And then take action, you know, move forward with those things. That's exciting. So Pluto moving into Aquarius for the next 20 something years is big. Okay, I don't know if you know that old Hair musical, and there's a song in that says this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, and this is kind of what it's talking about this time, literally now. And as I understand it, I'm not an astrologer, but I do follow some good quality ones, and some of it sinks in. The Aquarian energy is all about people. So social justice, people power. It's a revolutionary energy as well. And revolutionary energy that will benefit the people, benefit the masses, benefit everybody, not just the elite. It'll benefit everybody. So one parallel that a lot of astrologers are drawing at the moment is the French Revolution. So the French Revolution happened the last time this planetary alignment happened. And of course the French Revolution got rid of the monarchy and became a democracy. but a working democracy, not a broken one. And gave lots of rights and power to the people and changed tax structures overnight. Like, it was quite, I was going to say it's quite revolutionary. It was a revolution, so it literally was revolutionary. So that's the kind of energy that we're stepping into, that's becoming prominent this year, with, is it Pluto and Aquarius, and then more from next year onward. It's going to be more solid, a more solid alignment and moving forward. So that's quite exciting. So all of these little I don't know what word to use. Yeah, so all of these dreams and energies and things that we've been working on for a long time, so peace on earth and justice for all and equality in our society and fairness and integrity and honesty and all of those things that we've been sort of hoping and wishing and manifesting, have a much, much, much higher, I was going to say chance to succeed in this new energy, but it's not even a chance to succeed. It's like, these are the signposts. This is where we're headed, you know. So it's not about, is it going to succeed? Let's hope some more. It's like, here's the massive, giant, astronomical signposts, this beautiful planetary energy lining up to assist us through this shift, through this change, through this, you know, the last 6 years of the Earth crossing the galactic center, which is the pivotal point for this whole shift in consciousness. And it's all lining up now. Yeah, it's exciting. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, yeah, sorry. What a terrible thing to say. Sorry, you don't know what I'm talking about. No. I'm just trying to think. There's probably links I can put below in the description that will point you to people that can explain it. I can explain it, but that's not what this video is about, really. Okay. I think that's all I had to say. Yes. Good. Oh. One more thing. And this was actually the impetus for writing things down on paper. Because I used to write a monthly blog, and then just time constraints. So I decided to do, you know, a bit of a spiel or whatever at the beginning of these videos before I got into the sort of energy reading, to replace the blog or the newsletter, you know. But I hadn't been sort of writing things down. I'd just been going off the top of my head. But this quote I'm about to say kept popping into my head last month before I recorded the video, and I forgot. And it kept popping in again this month. So I wrote it down, and then the other notes came. So the thing that keeps popping into my head is basically, things are not what they seem. Okay, and they keep saying it, and they keep saying it to me to tell you. Things are not what they seem. Things are not what they seem. So they're saying partly it's to do, and I feel like it's going to come out in the reading as well. But they're saying partly it's to do with, like, don't be fooled by, you know, newspaper or the fake news online, or understand that what you're being told to see and what you're being told to believe through media, or whatever, whether it's social media or you know, other forms of media, it's not the whole picture, it's not the whole story. And the metaphor or whatever it is that they're using is, and it's interesting, like I used to work in theatre, right? I used to study film and worked in theatre for a long time. And one of the things that used to always intrigue me, and this is what they're using as an analogy or metaphor or whatever it is now, is say you go to see a play in a theatre, and there's maybe the main two characters or whatever over here having some dialogue and whatever, but as an audience member, I can choose to watch that main action that's the you know, the point of the scene or whatever, or I can look at the, you know, the props in the background, or the, you know, the backstage. Do you know what I mean? Like I can look anywhere on the stage. I don't have to look there where these two actors, or actor and an actress, or whoever are having a dialogue. I get to choose where I look, basically, is the point. Whereas with cinema, the director, the film, the person in charge of the camera, or the person telling the camera person what to do, is the director, chooses your point of focus. Okay, so you might have exactly the same scene, say it's a lounge room in a house, whether you're seeing it on stage or you're seeing it on film. But if you're seeing it on film, then the director tells the camera person where to focus, and they might, the main focus might be those two people having that conversation, that piece of dialogue. Do you see what I'm saying? So the media is like the director of where your focus can go, because they're only showing you part of the scene. Okay, it's really important to trust your gut, do wider research, take that eagle's perch and see what's really going on. Okay, so if you do watch the news or read the media, the news, make sure that you broaden your search. Okay, you don't just watch, I'm in Australia, so you don't just watch Australian news. You might watch some international news, or you might, watch BBC World or SBS News. Search it out. Like, I was listening to something this morning, literally this morning, and they were talking about some massive protests in Texas in the USA that started a couple of days ago. I haven't heard a single thing about it, like a single thing about it, and it's big, like it's really big what they're protesting and what they're doing. And then they went on to talk about some other protests in Europe that are happening, like the farmers are protesting in Germany and Holland and France, and again, I haven't heard a single thing about it in any sort of mainstream social media news here in Australia in the last couple of days, like nothing. And then I was reading some of the comments. Okay, so it was a Pam Gregory video. They're saying, I'll put the link below. And the name of the video is called Revolution 2.0 with a question mark. And she was reminding us about this French Revolution alignment with the astronomy that's happening right at this moment. It's actually it's only short, it's like 25 minutes or something, and it's actually quite a good overview of the energies at the moment. And anyway, so I was listening to that this morning, and she was talking about the Texas thing and the French and the Dutch farmers, and like, I didn't know any of this. I'll do some more of my own research later, but Pam Gregory, she's pretty high integrity. And I was sort of glanced at some of the comments, and there was a lady from Estonia in the comments saying, this spirit of revolution is everywhere. Just to let you know, I'm in a small European country called Estonia, and at the moment in Estonia there's massive teachers' strikes. Like, all of the teachers are staying home because they're protesting that they're not getting enough money, and the government saying, we don't have the money to pay you, so everyone's just staying home. It's been going on for a few days now, and nobody's budging. Like, nobody's budging. So she's like, I don't know how long this is going to last, but it's obviously listening to Pam's video, it's within the essence of the times, this shift in consciousness that things as they were aren't good enough anymore. That low pay, or those low conditions, or the farmers in Europe, or, whatever it is. And in your own world and in your own life, it's the same things might be playing out in a relationship or relational aspect in a family, or, romantic relationship, or workplaces where you just go, actually, I deserve a pay rise, or I'm not putting up with that behaviour anymore, or being grateful for the support and the good behaviour that you are seeing around you, on the flip side of that. Micro, macro, the small and the large. And of course, everything that you do in your own world, in your own little bubble, I was going to say filters out to the grand network, but it's not even a filter. It's just you're hooked in. It really deeply affects the level of consciousness across the planet. So staying in calmness, staying in peace, staying in balance, what's that saying? Be the change that you want to see in the world. It's more important now than ever. You know, if you want to see peace in the Middle East, you've got to be peaceful in yourself. There's no point, you know, reading all the newspaper articles going, oh, that's terrible, I'm going to fight that. I'm going to fight that, or I'm going to get hurt by that. Then that's those lower vibration energies. That's actually not helping. That's actually contributing to that lower level consciousness. Because if you can be aware of what's going on, keep your eagle's perch distance, stay emotionally sort of detached in a healthy way, and then send good light, and then send good vibes, and this is measurable. You know, it's measurable over the planet. Look at the Global Consciousness Project, for example. Look at the Heart Math Institute, for example. They're measuring consciousness. They're measuring, you know, Lynn McTaggart's work is for decades. She's an investigative journalist that's been measuring the effects of meditation and consciousness on you know, war-torn or high crime areas in cities, and how that when the meditators get together and focus on peace and calmness in a city area or whatever, the crime rates drop substantially, like 20 or 30% for the duration of the experiment. You know, it's measurable. So don't think that what you're doing in your little lounge room by your little lonesome or whatever is inconsequential at all. It's not. It's powerful, and it's really, really important, okay? So keep sending the peace out, keep sending the love out, keep sending the benevolence out. Keep, you know, those sort of few minutes, 5-10 minutes or whatever it is, that you can sit with the energy of the feeling of how you want to move peacefully forward in your life is the most, you know, are the most important 10 minutes of your day, you know, and therefore for the rest of the world. Does that make sense? It's really important. It's really important. Things are not what they seem. Things are not what they seem, okay? There's more peace and benevolence and kindness and love than we are being led to believe. There's a heck of a lot of revolution and protest and push back against the old as well. But the key is to seek out the beauty. Okay, and kind of a fun way to demonstrate things are not what they seem. And I was going to wear it, but it doesn't really go with my outfit. And I was being a bit, you know, I don't want to wear it because it doesn't go with my outfit. But they kept highlighting this necklace. Now, from a distance, it just looks like a nice sort of orange beaded necklace. And when I wear it, people are like, oh, I like your necklace. And then they look a bit closer. I'll see if the camera will focus. And it's just a bit of fun. Can you see? It's a whole bunch of skulls, like orange skulls. And that's what the beads are. And they kept pointing this out to me last month, and I didn't wear it last month. But yeah, like things are not what they seem. Like close up, this is like a fun bunch of skulls, you know, which everyone, when they notice, they're like, ah, that's really cute. But from a distance, it just looks like orange beads, which is the reason I bought it, because I went, oh my God, that's cute. So yeah, things are not what they seem. Take stock, take heart, okay? Right. Now I think that's all I had to say. That was a lot, but you know, there's a lot going on. Okay. So I've drawn 4 cards from 2 different decks. And today it's Kyle Gray, Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck, Oracle cards, artwork by Lily Moses. And I've unflicked the button where it stops it focusing. Like last month, I'm like, I think I turned something off. And the Green Witch Oracle by Sherilyn Darcy. I'm not sure who did the artwork for this, but I'll put it in the description below. Green Witch Oracle. And it's funny, you know, I've got like maybe half a dozen or like dozen decks now. And so each month I'm like, which ones stand out to me and all the rest of it. And I did a reading for someone, during the month, and they were like, use the same decks that you used with her. I was like, okay. And one of them's the same card, which is interesting, even though I shuffled them quite a lot. But okay, I've got, 4 cards from those 2 decks. And again, because the room's a little echoey, I dealt them just before I turned the camera on. Oh yeah, keep practicing the seeing the auras. I've had some really interesting feedback from people about what they've seen in their sort of third eye vision, particularly when I'm channeling. So keep it up. Let me know. It's kind of cool. Yeah, because sometimes it matches with what I'm seeing in my mind that I haven't necessarily said out loud while I'm channeling. So that's really interesting, right? Okay, so yeah, let's do the channel first and then we'll get to the cards. This video might be a little longer than some of the others, but that's okay. You can pause it if you need to. Okay. Greetings, dear ones, and thank you once again, always and ever, for joining us here today. We look forward to your presence with us here at this vast table of ours, where there is more than enough room for everybody. We encourage your presence at this vast table of ours, where there is more than enough room for everybody. You are more than welcome, my friends, more than welcome. Today we want to talk to you a little bit about peace. And if you wish, you can place your hands on your heart space and imagine a beautiful emerald green light from your heart. For this is like the engine of your bodies, so to speak, the thing that drives pretty much everything that you do. Your decisions, your choices, your goals, your passions, your purpose, your location, your geography, your friends, those who you choose to be your family of frequency. All of these things essentially are driven by the heart. Some, of course, are also driven by logistics and finances and responsibilities and sometimes obligations. But underneath all of that is the element and the essence of the heart. When you ask a small child what do they want to be when they grow up, it is astounding to see how many of those happy adults are doing that exact thing that their childlike instinct told them was the right path for them to follow. I want to be a teacher, they might say, or I want to be a nurse, they might say, or I want to be happy, the wise little ones might say. And it does not matter if you are in the same career path as you thought you might be when you were 5, my friends. This is not an admonishment of your choices at all. It is a reminder of the openness, of the joy of the heart of a child, my friends. And each one of us has been a child, my friends, even if you don't take much joy in their small noisiness now. For I know that some of you aren't really a fan of children. But each of us have been children. Each of you has been a child. And it is time, my friends, to bring forth that joy, that childlike joy. And if your own childhood wasn't that joyful, my friends, then it is time to let that go. And it is time to paste upon yourself a new story and a new energy. Do not deny the past, but you can heal and release the past. And you can paste the joy of another child's compassion and love and peace onto you as an adult now. For that is compassionate action, isn't it, my friends? It's filling yourself up with the joy and the love and the laughter of a past event of yours, or one that you can imagine, or one that you've shared with a friend, and pasting it, bringing it forward onto your current situation, or indeed into your future. That is compassionate action. And of course you can do that for others, and of course you can do that for other situations. Places and geographies that are in turmoil need our support, my friends. And as Heather suggested at the beginning, we don't do that by getting down in the dirt and the mud. We do that by sitting on our eagle's perch and shooting forth fireworks of joy and love and laughter, and imagining those people and those children that may be being hurt in a state of joy and love. That is the best way to help. That is the grandest thing that you can do. It is, in fact, very, very powerful. We were nearly going to say powerful beyond measure, but we know that some of you like to indeed measure things. It is measurable, my friends. It is measurable. For you are all connected by this intergalactic quantum network, shall we say, of light, frequency, energy. This network of love and compassion that supports and connects you all. You feed into it as much as you are fed from it. Those days where you just suddenly feel light and bright for no good reason. Or those days where you feel the heaviness of the collective, which you can change, of course, for yourself at any moment that you choose. But know that you are plugged in, so to speak. And that plugging in is a joyful experience, my friends. It is where all of the wisdom and the guidance comes from. That network, that matrix, if you like, of light. It is here to support you like a beautiful golden net underneath the acrobats in the circus. If they fall, they bounce. Remember this, my friends, you have a network and a net beneath you, around you, surrounding you, that is supportive and loving, that will help you send this compassionate action forward for yourself and others. Plug yourself in through meditation and then emanate it forth as much as you can. We implore this of you this month, my friends. This fast, fast month. This powerful 8 expansive energy. Stay in your peace, stay in your bubble, send it out as much as you can. For you are a powerful light worker and the world needs you. You are a supported light worker and the world wants you. You are loved light worker and the world loves you. We will speak to you again very shortly. We love you so much. And so it is. Oh, that's so nice. Big green, mushy bubble of light. It's quite beautiful. Sometimes it feels like my eyelids are not stuck together, but like I just don't want to open my eyes. Like heavy, but not in a tired way, you know? I don't know, it's hard to describe. I just don't want to open my eyes straight away, basically, but that doesn't make for good video. That's funny. Okay, that was nice. I literally never know what they're going to talk about. Sometimes I have an inkling of the gist or the feel of it, but I never know what's going to come out. So it's as interesting to me as it is to you. Yeah, it's cool. Thank you, everybody. That was nice. Okay, let's crack on. And the first card's green, like a beautiful green colour. That's quite funny. And the second card has an owl, which they showed me when they were talking about the eagle's perch stuff. Okay, so 3 cards from Kyle Gray, Angels and Ancestors, and 1 card from the Green Witch Oracle. And again, I'll take photos of them and I'll post them up on Facebook and Instagram a couple of days after the video goes up, so you can have a closer look at them then. I'll drop them into the video because I've got a bit tech savvy now and I know how to do that. Yeah, so keep an eye out there. Okay, so Earth Guardian. Earth Guardian is the first card. It says stay rooted and grounded, and it's got a picture of a beautiful male angel dude. And he's wearing like a green feathered cloak, and he's got beautiful cream coloured wings. He's got a big green jewel at his third eye in the middle of his forehead, and he's holding a staff, and the staff's curled around at the top, and it's got like a spider's web with green feathers hanging off the staff, but the spider's web kind of looks a little bit like a star. Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. It's quite a beautiful looking card. And it's interesting, like some of the stuff I was thinking about the other day, and I just noticed he's got like sort of sacred geometry symbols on his arms as well. But yeah, like I think it was yesterday or maybe this morning, I was thinking about, doing this video and charging the camera and kind of getting things ready yesterday. It must have been yesterday, yeah. And the groundedness kind of theme did pop in a little bit yesterday, which is interesting that this grounded card came up first. Yeah, they're showing me tree roots, and I used to say this quite a lot in readings, and it's still true. So like you imagine a big tall tree, and if there's a storm, like if a big tall tree has shallow roots, it's going to get knocked over, it's going to get blown over in the storm, right? But if a big tall tree has deep roots, it's much harder to sway it, to knock it over or whatever. And one thing that I learned quite a long time ago, when I was first kind of waking up to the whole multi-dimensional reality of our lives, was the more grounded you are, the higher you can go. Okay, there's often a perception in this kind of metaphysical, psychic reading, mediumship world or whatever, gangster spirituality. Sorry. But there's often a misconception from the outside looking in that, we're all a bunch of airy-fairy hippies with no concept of the real world, or you don't know what's going on, or you're just an idiot, or, whatever. But the reality is you've actually got to be quite grounded and quite practical and quite real in order to go high. Does that make sense? Think of the tree roots, or like dipping down to the bottom of the well. There's a lot down there that's joyful and to be treasured, but in order to go deep, you've got to have a contraption. Like think of one of those old things that it was like an old toy thing that could dip into the water, it was a pivot point. And the deeper it went, the higher it went, like a bird dipping into a glass of water. Do you know what I'm talking about? I hope so. Yeah, but basically the higher you can go depends how deep and how grounded and how earthed you are, Yeah. Yeah, so there are ways to stay grounded, meditation, like literally imagining like a column of light that goes deep into the earth as part of and up into the sky as part of your meditation. Taking your shoes off, or putting your hands on the ground, or patting a tree or a pot plant, or whatever kind of natural elements you can touch your skin with, basically. Bare feet on the earth if you can. If you can't, hold a seashell sitting in your office, or do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be barefoot on the ground, but that's just a way that we often describe it, because it's about sort of skin on skin, I suppose, connection to nature. Eating foods that are of the earth, so literally potatoes, peanuts, sweet potatoes, onions, things, food that comes from the ground, grown in the ground, not hydroponics. They're grown up in the air. But yeah, literally your carrots, any of those root vegetables are really good for grounding. The crystals that are the darker colours, none of whose names are coming to me now, but the ones that are like grey and black and obsidian, I suppose, and sort of earthy colours, tiger's eye maybe, browns and coppers and those kind of colours, those crystals that are those colours are really grounded. Like there's a whole bunch, I just can't think of any of them right now. And of course your breathing, like coming back to breathing and calming down your nervous system. Pam Gregory talks about this a lot. So does Lee Harris, actually. He's another good one to follow if you're interested. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, breath work, like coming back to breath, finding a way that's easy for you to bring yourself back to that calm, centered, balanced, peaceful state. And that could be, like for me, one thing that works is box breathing. So that's where you breathe in for 4, a count of 4, hold it for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4, pause for a count of 4, breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4. Just do that. It's really good. It's a really fast way to regulate your own nervous system. And that in itself was really important in these shifty McShifty, changey McChange face times. Because things are not as they seem, not everyone is aware of that fact, Not everyone is aware of the power of consciousness, and not everyone is aware of these grand shifts and cycles in the planets that are assisting us through this change. So some people are stuck in that very 3D world of like, the world's going to hell in a handbasket. What am I doing? And stressing out. And part of our job, I think we might have said this last month, is to kind of light the way and hold the hands of those who are coming behind us. Yeah, and we've got support to do that ourselves. Yay. Okay, the second card, Wise One, grow within your current situation. This is a beautiful card, and I don't think I've seen this one before. It's quite nice. And it's a picture of an elder woman in a beautiful kind of blue shawl, and she's got a crow or a raven in front of her. I think it's on her arm, but the words are across it. She's got feathers in her hair, and she's got an owl, higher perspective, on her shoulder, and above the owl's head is a crescent moon. It's a lovely card. Wise One, grow within your current situation. They call the owl the eagle of the night. So we often think of the eagle, or we know the eagle to be the symbol of the higher perspective, because it's the bird that can literally fly the highest out of all of them. And the owl is known as the night eagle, because it essentially does the same job as the eagle, but it does it at nighttime, which is nice. It's the balance. Oh, and they're just pointing out, like, it's the yin yang of this card as well. So it's the black crow or raven and the creamy coloured owl. So there's a balance here. They're saying there's a balance. And they're pointing out that this wise elder woman with beautiful silver hair, she's essentially, in our interpretation of this card today, she's essentially being the pivot point. She's the fulcrum. The fulcrum is the bit in the middle of the seesaw, that holds that balances the two sides, the point of balance between the two sides, I should say. And this lady, this wise, beautiful, lovely elder crone lady, is between these two extremes of light and dark. That's really interesting. Wise One, grow within your current situation. So they're saying, like, for us this month and moving forward beyond this month, that the most important aspect of this is that eagle's perch. So keeping that eagle's perch perspective that we've been sort of banging on about for the last couple of months, really. Not getting caught up in the drama, not getting emotionally drawn into this drama of the turmoil that we're being fed in the news, you know, and even if you don't follow the news, it's on the social medias, it's in the collective consciousness of the terrible things that are happening in the world at the moment, and they're not showing us any light. And if you don't seek it out, like they were saying at the beginning, or maybe I was saying at the beginning, someone was saying at the beginning, about broadening your perspective of what your research encompasses, whether it's news or other sources. Look for the light, they're saying, look for the light, because it's there. It's most definitely there. And I've got that hair song, this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius, you know, it's all about peace and love and upliftment, you know, and happiness and joy and balance and love for all and integrity for all. And that's where we're going, you know. That they think that doesn't sell newspapers, so to speak, so they don't print it. I'm looking forward to the day where the media is more accountable and finally figures out that good news sells, because then we'll see a lot more of it. It's there, you just got to seek it out. I just wish it was more in the mainstream, but it's coming. You know, that's nice. Okay, third card, so the last of the Kyle Gray ones, drum. It says dream and journey. And it's a beautiful, and it's the image that's on the back of the cards, actually. It's a medicine drum, isn't it, you know? And it's got symbols all over it. I don't know what most of them are. Suns, moons, crescent moons, people, animals, seasons, directions. It's a beautiful sacred geometry, sacred symbols here, I would say. Dream and journey. And as soon as I pulled this card, I knew exactly what it was about, and it's about exactly what we've been talking about the whole time. It's about staying true to the vision of the peace that you wish to bring into the world. Okay? Holding that sacred space within you that is calm and loving and compassionate and wise. You know, that higher self that knows all and sees all and loves self beyond measure. That's what we're tapping into here. It's the wise ancient crone, or it's the wise ancient warlock, you know, if you're a male. I don't know what the male version of crone is, but you know what we're saying. It's not male or female, it's the wisdom within. And each of you has a key to unlock that wisdom within, my dear friends. It is not really a key, and it is not really a lock, and it is not really a door. But we know that you understand such symbolism, my friends. The key to peace is in your own heart, my friends. How can you be balanced and peaceful in each situation? Take a breath. Take a pause. If you need time to realize what that peace and what that heart-focused movement forward will look like for you. If you're in the middle of a conflict, or in the middle of a meeting, or in the middle of a situation, or if you're in the middle of accidentally watching some hard to watch news story, take a breath, take a pause, leave the room, go to the bathroom, make an excuse for some fresh air, and imagine yourself connected to us, my friends, your beautiful divine entourage, my friends, that travels with you wherever you go, my friends. It is not here with Heather once a month on this video. Although it is, we are here as well, of course. But we travel with you, with each of you, every day, with every breath. We are there encouraging you. Remember the cheer squad that lines the road of the running race or the bicycle races, my friends. We are your cheer squad. We are here to support you. We are that net underneath you. We are the crowds along your pathway cheering you and offering you water and solace and snacks. Snacks along the way, my friends. Joyful things for you. Treasure for you. And instead of speed bumps on your path, we will leave you gifts. Things that you can pick up. Like those video games where the character runs through a pot of gold on the road and you get the ding, the dopamine inducing sound effects that says you've picked up treasure or money or gold or extra powers or extra somethings, to finish your game. We're like that. But we are not in a game. We are not on a screen. We are not part of a franchise you have to purchase. We are here. We are light. We are love. We are compassion and joy and laughter and grace. And we do all of these things for you, and we bring all of these things for you, my dear, dear friends. We leave you treasure on the pathway if only you have eyes to see. And we hope dearly that you see it and you pick it up and you have your own little happy dance. For we love you. We want peace for you, and we will assist you in this process as much as we can, as long as you ask, for every day of your entire life and beyond, my friends, and beyond. For we love you and we are with you always, and so it is. Ah, nice. Extra little mini surprise channel. That's quite cool. Usually they come in on the last card if they're going to do that. But no. Not today. That's nice. The last card, and I know what it is because I looked at it a minute ago. It's a picture of some apples and it says continuance. And because I don't want to open my eyes yet, I'm just going to talk as though I know what I'm talking about. And it's interesting because that's the card that came up in the individual reading I did for someone during the month. And I drew it today. I was like, and I had a feeling that it had the same, or a similar, I should say, a similar meaning to what it did in that, one-on-one private reading I did for someone. Hello, someone. And they're reminding me, or they're saying that it does. And the similarities here are the continuation of the practice of meditation, of what we were talking about right at the beginning of this video, about that 10 or 15 minutes or 2 minutes or whatever it is every day, where you connect with the feeling and the image in your mind, but particularly the feeling of the life that you are drawing to yourself. Okay, it's about manifesting. Electromagnetic energy, remember. The electrical part of it is your thoughts, and the magnetic part of it is your feelings. Continuance apple, here's the card. So it's about setting up a practice that's daily and continual, okay? Don't just do it once or twice and think that that's enough, because it's not, you know. It'll help because everything's, you know, vibrations and frequency, but what we're talking about here, particularly in this new energy and moving forward, is that constant plugging in, your instincts getting louder, your messages are getting louder and clearer, and in order to keep that flow being as easeful for yourself as possible, the best way to do that is to stay plugged in, okay? Does that make sense? I feel like I could fish around for some metaphors, but I think you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, stay plugged in, stay tuned in, stay connected in, you know, to source energy, that beautiful, loving, divine, calm, compassionate, peaceful, helpful place. If it doesn't feel like that, don't connect to it. So staying connected helps you to stay in that flow state, okay? Because it's constant, you know. It's not take a breath and then stop. You're taking one breath, that'll do. You know, you're constantly breathing in and out, you know. And if you take a swim in a river, you know, then the water doesn't stop when you get in the river. The water keeps flowing. You might stay still, but the water, do you know what I mean? Like, stay in the flow, and then these sort of bursts of insight or increase in energy or extra solar flares and new radiation that's coming to the planet, and these last 6 years of us crossing this great galactic center, it doesn't knock you off your perch so much. It won't uproot you, you know, at all, because you've got these deep connections to source energy. You've kept grounded and rooted in this practice, so you can keep this eagle's perch, this owl's perch, with this wisdom of the elders behind you, you know, and then you can dream, you know, manifest what it is that you want to walk towards: peace and love and happiness and contentment and support and financial freedom and all the rest of it. And that comes through a continual state of being in compassionate action for yourself and others. Yeah, that makes sense. And compassionate action being all about joy, love, connection to source energy, kindness, grace, equality for all, integrity, honesty, all of those lovely, lovely, lovely words that are like dessert, you know, they're sweet and delicious. That's a funny thing to say. It's like apple pie. Oh, you can make an apple pie. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I think that's all we have to say. They're nodding. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks for joining in, following along. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the comments and the feedback as well. That really helps. Thank you. I like it. And take care of yourself. Stay hydrated. That's part of the grounding process as well, is making sure that your systems, the cells in your body are well hydrated. So make sure that you drink good water. And take care of yourself, take care of others. Hold that peace in your heart as much as you can. And if you feel unable, remember to ask for help, whether that's human or otherwise. There's a lot of support. There's a lot of support. And yeah, I'll talk to you next month. Take care. Much love. Bye.